Malik Nabers speaks out on Shedeur Sanders' NFL draft slide. You don't do that to somebody like him. The NFL draft always brings surprises, but Shedeur Sanders' dramatic fall down the board left many scratching their heads. For someone once considered a lock for the first round, watching the Colorado Buffaloes quarterback slip past day 1, and even day 2, seemed like a mistake. Malik Nabers, the 2024 6th overall pick by the New York Giants, is among those who are baffled by Sanders' drop, and he's not holding back. Speaking on the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast, Nabers made his feelings clear. You don't do that to somebody like that. You can't knock his talent, he said, joining NBA legend Carmelo Anthony and comedian the Kid Mero in a candid conversation. Nabers was shocked by how far Sanders fell, despite his impressive skill set on the field. But it wasn't just the draft position that irked him, it was the reasons behind it. Nabers dove deeper into what makes Sanders stand out as a player. I heard a lot of things about he takes unnecessary sacks. He had a bad O-line. You know, he threw for a 70% completion rate with a bad O-line. Talk about his escaping the pocket. You can pull up plenty of clips of him escaping 3 or 4 tackles and throwing it down the field, he explained. Most of his receivers had 7 to 8 touchdowns. He played with Travis Hunter. He won the Biletnikoff. There's just some things you can't knock. But, despite his stellar performance, reports surfaced that Sanders' personality and off-field ventures might have been a factor in his slide down the draft board. Word on the street was that he didn't make the best impressions during interviews, which led some teams to shy away. And that, according to Nabers, is where things went wrong. We gotta stop making feelings about how people play linger, he argued. Yeah, he might have some things that he might say on camera, off the field. Whatever's dealing with that don't have to do with how he plays football. The young receiver stressed that players come from all walks of life, and everyone has a different personality. Everybody's got different personalities. You're never going to meet somebody that's got the same personality anywhere. We're all made different, he added. And here's the kicker. Nabers doesn't think it's fair to judge Sanders based on his upbringing, especially with his famous father, Deion Sanders, in the mix. Deion, the Hall of Famer and current head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, has had a significant influence on his son's career. But Nabers believes that some teams were trying to make a point about their own stature rather than focusing on Shedeur's potential as a player. They were just doing that to show how they were bigger than what he wanted to stand for, Nabers continued. I understand that, but you don't do that. Not to a kid like that who has been working their whole life and been told that Deion's kids are never going to be as good as him. In the end, Nabers' message is clear. Don't let off-field narratives cloud your judgment. Shedeur Sanders is a talented quarterback who proved himself on the field, and that's what should matter most when it comes to the NFL draft.